morning, everyone. You're listening to Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Segal Network. Our show is sponsored by Marzipan Bakery, where one taste is all it takes. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Naomi Nachman. I'm about all the food all the time. I love food. I love shopping for it, cooking it, eating at restaurants, anything food related. I'm a kosher personal chef. My business is called the Aussie Gourmet. I give cooking classes. I cater for people for Shabbos, Yom Tov, anytime you don't feel like cooking, you can give me a call. I hope you'll tune in every week and hear about my cooking adventures, my kosher food traveling, and sharing of great ideas and recipes. But I want to hear about your food experiences too, so you can email me, naomi@nachumsegal.com. You can join me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, I don't know, whatever else there is out there. I'm probably on it, but not Snapchat. I think I'm too old for that. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in today. We had an amazing show last week. We brought down Judd's Memphis food truck to Grand Street, right? So, okay, we had such a good time stuffing our faces with this amazing food. I got to cook with Judd, and we had a blast. And thank you to the Lower East Side community who came down and bought lunch down there. So kosher food was back on Grand Street. Remember Grand Street, the Lower East Side had Homer Schmulker Bernstein's, Gus's Pickles, Ratner's. That was actually a Nachman's restaurant, I think in the 50s or 60s, run by my late father-in-law and some of his brothers. So kosher was back on the Lower East Side, even just for a week. It was pretty fun. They're going to try to bring it down more often, so we're very excited about that. A couple of quick catch-up announcements. So Abigail Lazarus, you are the winner. We didn't do a drum roll. We didn't do it. Doesn't matter. It's too late now. Sorry, guys. Abigail Lazarus, you won the Marzipan Bakery 2 packages of Rogalach. So we're going to send that out to you in in a day or so. That will be on the way to you. And I just want to let everyone know, one of my guests today is an executive chef at a restaurant, and I was there last week for dinner, and I loved his food so much. And he was, as I was working out, he was walking in, and we actually know each other. We're like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, you got to come on the show. The food was unbelievable. We have executive chef Josh Masson joining us later on in the show, hopefully with some delicious food. So we are very excited. Listen out for him. But first, I have a fellow Aussie. I have Itta Werdiger Roth joining us. G'day. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Naomi?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's so lovely to be here.
Actually, our first interview together was at Mason and Mug.
Mason and Mug, yes.
Of
blessed memory.
Of blessed memory. It was a very good memory. You did an amazing job.
Good times.
Good times. You miss it?
I do miss it. I miss it. It's sad to me that it doesn't exist, but I also love that I, just go to sleep in the morning knowing that I don't have to work myself to death and basically, I don't know. It's hard work. It's hard work.
Itta is a young mum, and she had 2 kids. You're pregnant with your third at the time.
Right.
When you opened Mason and Mug was, tell us a little bit about what Mason and Mug was for those of you who missed the year and a half that it was open.
It was only the coolest kosher restaurant ever. And it was a small plates beer and wine bar. It was on Washington Avenue in Prospect Heights.
In Brooklyn.
It was very Brooklyn. We got like a lot of great media. We were packed. And it was an amazing experience. And my partner in crime, Sasha Chak, we worked together, and it was like he did the drinks and the management, and he actually painted the ceiling himself, and we just did everything ourselves, and I did all the food, and it was an incredible experience. So hopefully one day I'll be able to open something, again at the right time. But right now, I guess it's not. It has to be the best. It has to work for you.
Absolutely.
It has to work. You have to figure it out. You have to know what you're capable of and where you need to give your energy. And right now, it's to my babies.
And she has 4 gorgeous daughters. Between me and Itta, there are 8 girls.
What about us?
Crazy.
10.
So 10. That's 10.
No, wait. 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah.
10. 8 plus 2 is 10. Did you do the books in the store?
No, and that wasn't why we closed. I did not do the books.
Yeah, so we conquer the girl world. But, so it's really great to have Itta in the studio. I think when I went down there, I introduced myself to her because As you can tell, she's actually Australian, and I'm also Australian, but we didn't know each other because she's from Melbourne, I'm from Sydney, and we did a radio. My iPhone has a special recording app that I can go on the go and record a show. I send it to ZK, he puts it through the
Very
computer.
high tech, yeah.
Very high tech. It's amazing, nowadays what you can do. You can turn on Instagram Live and you have a automatic download a show.
It's incredible, yeah.
So
Especially-
Ita and I met actually in America. How long are you here for?
My daughter's 9. My oldest is 9, and so I'm like 11 years, let's say.
11 years.
Yeah,
okay.
about that.
Isn't it amazing we still have our accents?
Well, I don't know about you. Have yours? I'm like on the brink, I think.
Nah, sweetie, you sound so Aussie even to me.
I think I'm putting it on.
I think our accents get thicker as we talk to each other. If you can
Yes.
tell the difference between my Sydney accent and her Melbourne accent, let me know. Naomi at NachumSiegel.com.
Too late. We have our own version of accent now because we've been here for so long.
Right.
It's like a New York mix.
Okay, we say things differently. So what are we? I'm going to throw some things at you.
Bathers.
Cozzies. Okay?
What the heck are cozzies?
Okay, we should actually have Melinda. We've read a list and we have
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking
Oh,
about.
list? Oh, I could do
a
it.
list. Okay, so another one, cantaloupe.
I say cantaloupe.
I say rock melon.
melon.
Right?
Yeah.
You're like in New York already, like, because you're from Melbourne, because you both say cantaloupe. And we say rock melon.
You say cantaloupe. Yeah.
what-
But I say a lot of American things now just because, like, I don't want people. It's actually a psychological, like, there's actually a thing that when you talk to someone and you want to connect to them more,
You're talking
you
their-
start to imitate them. It's subconscious a lot of the time.
Is that true? Because
It's true.
People are always
I
trying to
read it
imitate
somewhere.
Me. When they imitate me, they irritate me. I'm just telling you all that. Don't talk to me in an Australian accent.
Yeah. It's annoying.
Kids beg for me to speak like Naomi. They're like, say Naomi Nachman, like Naomi Nachman. They do it all the time.
It's very funny.
I'm not very good at it, though, mind you.
Melinda Strauss is actually joining us today. Hey,
Guys.
Mel. Actually,
Mel. Where'd you come
we are actually meeting here today on a Wednesday because I needed to have a tour of Chinatown, and I'm going on a tour of Chinatown with a very nice Vietnamese fellow who's a friend of a friend, and he's going to take me through Chinatown and show me all the different Asian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Vietnamese food, fruits and vegetables, so I'll know what to expect when I go on my tour in a couple of weeks, and we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. So Melinda is joining us on her very happy birthday. Can we play happy birthday to Melinda?
I want you to sing it, Naomi.
You want me to sing?
Yeah, let's sing it.
Okay, so apparently, like, people like my speaking voice, right? They follow me on Insta stories. They listen to the radio show.
But
Did you
they
know
like you.
I cannot sing? I don't have a good singing voice.
We can whistle it.
I can keep on tune.
Should I play the recording from this morning?
Yeah, I sang into Mel's. I gave her a voice note sing along, but no way. You won't listen to Table for Two next week and Table for Two. Mel's actually, she was booked in for that a long time ago because we want to have a special announcement about the Jewish Food Media Conference. So she's actually going to be on the show next week. But today she's just joining me because
Here for my birthday.
we're here for her birthday. What a great way to
What she
celebrate.
wants to do on her birthday.
The,
That's what I would want to do on my birthday.
Come on the Nachum
Yeah.
Siegel Network.
Yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Actually,
and
we've
go
had-
and like eat afterwards and eat before.
That's what we do
Yeah.
when we come together, and hopefully Josh Masson is bringing us some food.
He's
from
not
Nobel.
coming, probably.
If he doesn't come, we're going to kill him. 'Cause
If he does come, I'm going to kill him. So,
Okay, so either way, he's dead. Okay, so
Chas v'shalom.
Chas v'shalom. Okay, so Ita, let's talk about your background. You grew up in Melbourne, Australia. You got married. You came here.
Yeah. I was doing my thing. There's, in a way that I just kind of don't care what I am supposed to be doing or what other people think I should be doing. But
That's what happens when
being a bad girl there, and I was a bad girl. I like being bad. I actually feel like
naughty. Everyone likes when I say naughty.
No, I actually feel like, because I grew up Lubavitch, very frum, and then I was like, had my little rebellious teenage years, and then I went to seminary, and right when I was about to be kicked out, I like became really frum again. Not again.
She
I became
has a
like,
journey, apparently.
have like
I did not know this before.
But then I realized that, like, I feel like subconsciously, one of the main reasons that I found this, like, I met this, great guy who was a Baal Tshuva. That's my now husband. My first husband, only husband. I feel like one of the reasons that I like subconsciously like found this like guy who just like really wants to, be frum and do the Jewish thing like that is because once I have like a bunch of kids and a whole like, I just want to like be naughty and rebel again. Like that's like my whole setup. Like that was my whole setup. So basically, I just want to like do whatever,
and learn and enjoy.
Yeah.
I love that about you.
I don't want to have like
boundaries.
Ita
has a total free spirit over here. But
It's what I call Ita. She's like the ultimate hipster. You know what I mean? She's like a hipster hippie, but she's going to disagree with that. But I'm just saying that's what I think.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how you got started in the kosher food industry. Let's just make sure everyone understands. It is a nice frum girl. She thinks
I think I'm bad just because I feel like I'm hitting middle age, so I have to pretend to be bad. Yeah, but I'm actually not.
Middle age.
It's true.
I'm laughing. Are you not even?
Yeah, I'm
hitting
the age where my mother said, after I had a baby, after the age of 35, and I had a baby, I could never lose the weight again. So I had that trauma to grow up with. That like after you get to 35, something's going to happen.
Nothing happens. It only gets better. Even after 45, it gets better. I'm older than 45, so it just gets better. And you enjoy life, and we love to eat and we love to talk about food and enjoy our philosophies. But let's talk about you came to America. You got set up. You had this wonderful husband. You have the 4 cutest girls. If you follow
most of the time.
Yeah, I know that. Listen, trust me, 4 teenage girls at once, honey, you don't know nothing yet.
Oh my God.
Actually, I only had 3 at once because one is much younger than everyone else. But yeah, it's fun and games.
Yeah,
but
I'm looking forward.
Everything has its moments, right, guys? So you started off doing a supper club. Let's talk a little bit about that.
I started off actually as a personal chef.
Really?
Yes, I started off as a personal chef.
How'd you get into that? I feel like I'm asking myself questions.
So, I mean, the reason why I got into food originally was because I love to eat. Isn't that like, I mean, some people, there are different reasons why people get into food.
And there's not a lot of kosher food in Australia.
You have to make it if you want
You want to eat Chinese, you make it yourself.
You make it yourself.
My 21st birthday in Australia, my parents made a Chinese banquet. Here you'd call up, Wing Wong, and they'd send the food over there. It's my parents making it.
Yeah. So I actually graduated from, I went to art school and I did sound actually, Mr. Engineer, and Pro Tools, I know that stuff. So
we don't even know what you're talking about.
No, I graduated and I was looking for a job and I couldn't find it. It was just, a difficult area, and we moved to New York, and I somehow landed this job doing things for this really wealthy family who ended up being amazing. I became really close with them, but they needed an assistant and this and that, and I was like, how about I'll just cook for you and I'll just be like your personal chef. So that's where now they have like a full-time cook, but I invented the position in their house.
Okay, I love that. So what kind of things would you make for the family?
Well,
inspire us all.
Yeah, I mean, first I just started baking whatever I knew and what I enjoyed making at home. I made it for them. And then after a while, I really felt like I was
salads,
in a bubble.
Meats,
everything. I made a lot of my cooking's very vegetable driven, seasonally based. But I made meat, I made fish, I made everything. There was no kosher. That was the only,
It just had to be kosher.
And everything is very wholesome and nutritious anyway. But I definitely cooked with I'm not afraid of using fat, and I'm not, there aren't things that I won't use unless they are so processed. There are very few things that I can't use. I'm totally.
What would you never eat?
Like American cheese.
I've never had it in my life.
That's the grossest. Speaking of
I've never had
Trump and American cheese are the two things that I can't digest in any form. I'm not allowed to go political.
No politics here. No politics. Are you a citizen? I'm a citizen, by the way.
I'm not a citizen.
I got to
I
vote.
can say whatever I want.
Yeah, nah, I'm a citizen.
You're a citizen.
You can say whatever you want.
Okay.
No, you can say whatever you want. It's a free country.
Like Rich's Whip and all that stuff. No offense, Rich's.
Do you eat Vegemite? I had
Vegemite today before I came.
I love Vegemite
on a bagel.
with lots of butter.
Lots of butter.
And it's got to be toasted bread.
And it was like what my 3-year-old tried to make for herself, so it was way too much Vegemite and butter. And there was like Vegemite and butter everywhere, all over the walls.
You're so cute.
But I ate it anyway. Yeah. So, okay, so...
How you went from being a personal chef to...
Yeah, so I felt like I was in this bubble, and I was cooking, and it was in my own world, and I really wanted to learn more and experience other bubbles. So I started working in restaurants. I had the itch.
Okay.
And the itch is still there. So I started...
Which kosher restaurants you work at?
I mean, it was mainly Paradise. Yeah.
You worked for Wendell?
I did. I survived that.
Oh my gosh, Moshe Wendell, he's amazing.
Yes, we love him.
Another
I'm
BDE on
bowing
restaurants.
down. Yes, he's quite a king in my mind.
Culinary world.
Yeah, and also just stuff that he opened. You know, like I actually went to Basil. I was a customer at Basil.
Americans say
basil.
See, oregano.
Yeah. So I was a customer at Basil, and I was like, whoa. Like I was eating this food, and I'm like, wow, I mean, this is really impressive. Like back in the day when they first opened and Wendell was there.
Wendell started at Basil? I had no idea. Did not know that.
Yes.
Little food goss and history with Itta Werdiger Roth right here on the Nachum Siegel Network.
In fact, some of his dishes are still on the menu slightly. They've changed over the years.
They've just changed again.
But originally, that arugula beet salad with goat cheese, it was
now it's a staple in every cookbook.
Right. It was.
But
No. That's a thing. That's a thing. He didn't invent that. Arugula beets goat cheese. That's a standard thing. But on the menu at Basil, it used to be with hazelnuts toasted. Now it's with untoasted pine nuts. Why? I don't know.
I don't know. Why would you put
untoasted
nuts?
pine nuts?
Untoasted nuts anywhere.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
seriously.
I don't get it. Yeah.
So,
So guys, there's a lesson. Always toast your
nuts.
And don't over toast them.
Unless you're soaking them and then they're doing different things with them, you know,
But
like
they
making mock liver.
But if they are doing toasted nuts, they should do it. Stop toasting them when they smell fragrant. They're done because they burn fast. Because nuts have a lot of oil, natural oil, so they burn fast.
Yeah, you burn them.
Okay, so you worked at.
So I was a customer at Basil, and then I heard that he was moving on from Basil. Doesn't matter why. Maybe I don't even know. And he was opening his own restaurant that was going to be meat. So he was like a fan of my husband's books. My husband's a writer.
That's
when
cool.
we came
What's
to
your
Basil.
Give that a shout out.
Yes, I will. When we came to Basil with my husband, he came over to us and he was like, "Man, I love your books." So yeah, my husband is Matthew Roth. That's an Hue, Matthew Roth.
That's a lot of.
It's kind of like a pen name. It's like a pen name. It's
Matthew
like, so
Roth.
I feel like he grew up with a name that was like a name that a lot of people had.
Matthew Roth.
Matthew Roth. No, E.W. Matthew Roth is his legal name with a regular E.W. at the end.
Matthew.
But
Okay.
it's very hard. It's a branding thing. It's hard to Google that stuff. So now he has like his name, Matthew.com, but it's spelt funny.
Oh, okay.
So he's published like 7. He's published a lot of books. So
That's amazing. Can I just
first
say
book-
one book is so hard to do?
Yes. So he's right. As you have, congratulations, Naomi. You have just published a book, and I was very impressed with it. I bought it. You signed it. Mel wrote some obscene comment at the bottom also. and yeah, it's awesome. So
He was a fan of your husband's
so he was a
work.
fan of Nevermind the Goldbergs, which was my husband's first book, and I used that as my in. I was like, connect me with him, and then I reached out to him to ask if, with no restaurant experience, to ask if I could work
at America's Best Kosher Restaurant. Well,
Right.
speaking of
Second
America's
best.
Best Kosher Restaurant, just walked
Guess
into
who's
the
here?
studio is Joshua Masson. No wonder why he was a little late, because he has like a whole
Toys.
bucket of food with you.
He
with
has
us.
toys, even though it says on the plastic bag,
Woo!
this is not a toy.
Okay, so let's keep going. Well, hello, chef. Welcome. Well, while he gets all set up, and we'll welcome Josh Masson with a proper Nachum Siegel Network. Hello. Okay. So then you talk about those supper clubs, because that's so
Okay, yeah,
interesting,
so then
because it's a completely different concept
As
in the kosher world.
my usual, I seem to have like a 2-year track of getting bored of jobs. Sorry, it's bad. I need to do therapy, but
We can be
So-
therapists, right, guys? I got a good comfy chair. I got a microphone, and I got a couple thousand listeners. We'll
Oh
all
my
help
God.
you.
Yeah, no, it's just because I have to find something that really works with. But anyway, so after that, I started. I moved places, and I had this. My dream was really to move somewhere where I had like a shop at the bottom and I lived on the top. But I couldn't find something like that, and I ended up finding this like old house, Victorian house, that was really quaint and really special and unique in Brooklyn and New York in general. And so I had the idea to implement my idea of having like a shop at the bottom, to have like some pop-up supper clubs that would happen monthly, or they might pop up for 3 days, seasonal. So that and it was based around music, because as I said before, it was my previous my studies were with experimental sound, actually.
That's so cool.
And I'm actually a percussionist also, and I also grew up with a lot of music.
She's so talented. Wait, Werdiger, you related to...
Right. I can do it. Mordechai Ben David Werdiger is my relative, and I've never met him, and he thinks I'm not from, but I am from. Okay, I'm just Lubavitch.
Okay. No one should be offended by you, Josh. She's from Melbourne.
I just wanted to say that. I heard a rumor. I heard a rumor from someone. Okay, so right back at you. It's a distant cousin. It's a distant cousin.
Okay, let's try to keep it.
I also have creatives on the other side. I have there's a famous Lubavitch artist called Hanoch Lieberman.
Okay.
Whatever. Okay, so
It's
I have
cool.
creatives
She's
in my family.
artsy.
Look, I got creative parents.
Right.
I'm one of those.
She's creative. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
My parents dragged me to the symphony orchestra
Really?
when I was younger. Yeah. One of those.
Okay, good.
So anyway, I really wanted to combine my passion for music with my passion for food. That's what the Hester Supper Club is all about.
Okay, I love it. So it was music and cool food.
Yeah.
And Isha did cool food before cool food was cool. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
I said that really fast, right?
I love
I
that.
said that right? Sometimes I trip on my words, but I did that good.
Yeah.
Isha put the cool in food. Yeah. I love that. I love
The
that
New
about
York
you.
Daily News agrees, so.
Okay, no.
It's true.
You were quoted a lot. You got a lot of publicity with Mason and Mark.
Yeah, no, they had like the front page of their thing was like the coolest kosher restaurant, or it had the word kosher and cool, so.
Right. Okay. Well, definitely.
I'll take it.
Yeah, for sure. You should. Okay. Josh Masson is just everyone know who's watching
have
on
to
our
make
YouTube
time. Yeah,
channel on the Nachum Siegel Net. We have a lot going on over here.
He took you seriously.
I don't think he realized there's a camera. Of course. Wait.
I got a face for radio.
He's got a face for radio. Do you know how many times we've heard that joke on the Nachum Siegel Network? Okay. So he's going to he's setting up some cool food. And Isha and I are talking about her life. We're giving her a little therapy right here on the Nachum
Thank
Siegel
you. I
Network.
appreciate it.
No
I
worries.
can pay you later, like, depending on
Pay us
how
in
much.
food.
I pay you in food.
Yeah, we want to be paid in your food. Isha is an amazing cook. You do not understand. She takes vegetables and she does things to them, and the flavors and the taste and the way she cooks them. It's amazing. And you went to school for sound, not food. And
I mean,
I'm always in awe of what she cooks.
That's really kind of you. I mean, I feel like I would like to go to school for food and I would learn stuff, but I'm like a mom and I'm doing all this mom stuff. So
Yeah,
Melinda thinks we should talk about butter.
Let's talk about butter. Yeah, Josh is smiling too. Can I just say, your kids are only little for a very small time. So I know I sound like a really old lady.
So I have plans. I have dreams and I have plans.
And we're going to hear them right now, but I just want you to enjoy the moments
I'm
with
enjoying
the
my
kids
delicious children.
because it goes so fast.
I'm trying not to eat them because that's cannibalism and it's illegal.
But sometimes they're so cute you want to eat
so
them.
cute.
I know
The
my
porkers.
9-year-old, my husband and I, when we look at her doing something really adorable, we're like, she's so cute, we could eat her. Like, they're so yummy. Like,
No, they're amazing.
So
they're
we do-
amazing.
we
And
do-
I want to be that a treasure. I don't want to be exhausted and falling asleep driving my kids to school, which happened when I had Mason and Mug.
So you have to be, you have to enjoy the moments, of what goes on. And next week we're actually going to be having Michelle Gindi on the show from Buddhist Bowls and Burpees. She's going to be talking about philosophy, about keeping your body healthy and your mind healthy. And we've got all sorts of things going on here in the studio. I'm in awe of what's going on. ZK's taking some photos. Josh Masson's setting up some food. We're turning the Nachum Segal Network. Nachum is going to be sad that he's missing this in Chernobyl. This is like so exciting, guys. Itta.
Dreams and So, did you want to know about my dreams?
I'd like to know.
Or about
tell
the
us
butter.
about your dreams. Let's talk about a quick dream and then a butter. What do you want to do?
Okay, butter. Yeah.
No,
okay.
tell us the dream
The
first.
dream. No,
what's your goal? Your next goal? Because there'll be more. There's lots coming.
Yeah, I mean, I'm joining with someone. I'm sort of developing flavors for someone right now on the side for a kind of ice cream that I can't say any more about because I signed a non-disclosure agreement. But I will. That's something that I'm doing part-time on the side, hopefully, and then I'm doing, I do a little thing here and there, but I do want to open something one day. I want to open a bar. I'm taking a bartending course because I used to make drinks.
My husband
anyway,
and I were going to do that this year. We said, last summer, let's take a bartending course.
Let's do it, yeah.
But then I got offered the book deal from Arts Cross. Everything else this year fell apart, which was fine.
As it should, because that's really important.
I love that I
to
did
do
it.
cookbooks, yeah.
Okay, so
I have a lot of dreams. There are a lot of things I want to do. Every week I want to open something else, like in my mind.
Okay.
So it's happening in my mind a lot, mostly.
But
some in reality.
We know that you come through because you've already given us
right.
Mason and Mark.
I can come through, yeah.
So
I'm focusing on the babies, and I'm using a lot of butter, which we were talking about before.
How did butter come up, Mel?
Sorry, but Ita loves butter.
I love butter, and I also
Mel,
want to
do you have a
say,
mic?
Harav
Is it
is the
working?
devil of kosher food. Don't sacrifice on taste, flavor, and everything because you want to make a parav, because you may want to eat it with a different meal. Just focus on the dish at the time and make it good.
That's why I love her food philosophy. If you're going to make something for a fleshik meal, make it appropriate. They don't have to use all those fake ingredients.
Yes,
You're gonna have
yes. Don't make Napoleon flesh and parav. Make
an apple crumble.
Yeah, make an apple
crumble.
crumble. Make or we're in spring. Make an apple rhubarb strawberry crumble.
Delicious. Or
Easy.
for a milchik meal, you would make something like a cheesecake or everything.
Right, yeah, use
Keep
the
it
butter
real.
for the milk. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of make it real, make it dairy. That's
Yes,
what I would
yeah,
say.
yeah, and there are so many great, and especially this is the age of gluten-free and vegan and vegetarian. There's like cashew cheeses, and there's so many things. You don't need to use junk, right? Coconut,
But
everything.
cashew cheese
There's
is
coconut,
not
everything.
so easy to get.
No, but you
you
can
can
take
make.
cashews in
So
general
easy to
and make stuff with cashews. You can make ice cream. You can make. What's that stuff that Honey,
nice
Busy in Brooklyn was?
cream.
Nice cream.
Frozen
She was telling us
bananas
about.
blended together.
Just take frozen fruit, and bananas are amazing because they're creamy.
Yeah.
Just blend them together, and then you've got put a little vanilla bean in there.
Yeah.
A few vanilla bean
Peanut
specks.
butter.
Delicious. It's
butter.
natural sugar. Exactly. There are ways. There
There
are
are
ways to make stuff without using crap, and it tastes better, and it's better for you. Is that it? You know what? That's not counted.
Sorry.
Keeping it
No,
clean
I'm just
here
kidding.
right on the Nachum Segal
We have
Network.
different levels in Australia of
And-
what's considered appropriate.
Okay, but we're in New York. Okay, can I just tell you one thing? You know what's really good after a fleshik meal?
Yes.
Marzipan Bakery. Sponsor
Marzipan Bakery in Jerusalem.
the
one
Rod.
in the
Yeah,
Shuk.
but they, they're here in America
I
now.
actually, I didn't know that until you said that.
Yeah,
right?
they sponsor Table for Two, and every week we try to.
Can we talk about the
have
smell?
a giveaway. Oh no, yeah. We're talking. We're
If
not
only
actually.
we had smell-o-vision.
Yeah, smell-o-vision. We've got a lot going on here in the studio. So have your rogalach after the meal.
Sent.
They are available
They're
now
really good rogalach.
across the country, and you put them on the blech or on the map. Delicious, perfect shalashittas food. Also,
Is it made with shortening or oil, do you reckon?
oil?
Oh,
oil.
good.
He keeps it real, man.
Good,
His
good.
ingredients are
Oh,
amazing.
I'm really excited to try it.
Did you guys catch that video that I did? I did a documentary in Israel for them. So it's on the Marzipan
Whatever. I like short.
Marzipan Bakery's website. Yeah, Mel's not afraid of all that.
They take like simple syrup over it and they like dump. I remember seeing them brush it over.
That was
the top.
me.
No. I used to work there.
I did it when I was in Israel. They let me in
Oh, they
because I
let
did
you
the
do that.
documentary. My
Oh.
bracelets are on me brushing. And you know what? I just want to give another shout out because
Yeah.
Mel helped me develop the recipe
Yes.
for my cookbook.
Yeah, Mel's
of
amazing.
the chocolate bundt cake. No margarine. My whole book has no margarine in it. Can you imagine a kosher
I respect
cookbook?
you so much more, even though I respected you so much more before.
A kosher cookbook, especially a Pesach cookbook, with no margarine. So I was really
That's
proud
good
of
for
that.
you.
Has a little bit of
for you.
sugar, but in my book, but
The sugar. What's wrong with sugar? Sugar cane. It comes from the sugar cane.
Yeah, okay, let's go with that. Oh my
Get
gosh,
over
yeah.
it. You know, coconut sugar. It's sugar.
Okay.
A little sugar. Yeah, it's great. But,
We are-
you know,
We've got a
agave.
we got a big setup going over here. Josh Masson, welcome to the studio.
Hello.
We can
Welcome,
lift
Josh.
that up. Josh, let's give Josh a mic. He's actually going to set up.
I don't want it to make that noise when you move the mic around.
Just an inanimate.
Okay.
Cow now, brown cow.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Josh, you have a great radio voice.
Yes, he does. It's like,
Yeah, wow.
yes.
You really do have a voice
enough.
face
We don't have to
for
stroke
radio.
his ego anymore.
You've been
right?
listening to the Food Stylings
Oh my gosh.
That is
Wow.
good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Good
second
roll.
career when you get burnt
He
out
is
from
on the
this.
Nachum Siegel Network.
He could do some promos for us. Can you say this is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman?
This is Table for Two and Naomi Nachman.
Okay, I like
Yes,
that.
this is good.
That's awesome.
Josh,
Found
wow.
myself as a voice talent.
Wow.
Oh
there
my
are
God,
things
yeah.
I like about
Yeah,
you now
it's-
that I
but-
didn't like
but-
about you before. Wow.
There's actually like food talent and a voice talent. That's amazing. Let's see what he has to say with that voice. We are welcoming to the studio for the very first time executive chef and owner.
Yeah, for better or for worse.
And owner of Nobo. It's not often that you
Until
get a
death do you
chef
part.
who owns his own restaurant. You must be one of the only ones in New York, right? That's a chef and owner.
Well, I used to be one.
Yeah,
Yeah, besides Ita.
there's not many.
There's not many. And you know what? It shows because when the owner is a chef, so much more love goes into the food. That, you know, do you see that? Do you feel that?
There's some dedicated professionals, but there's a certain, you can't push the mistakes off on anyone else. You can't say, well, if only my boss would have let me.
Right.
And
yeah.
that's
Because you
part
are
of
the
the
boss.
reasoning why I decided to take the plunge and become an entrepreneur, a businessman, as well as a chef, is because I didn't want that on my headstone. You know, when I in 120 years, I wouldn't have. Here lies Josh. It would have been great had his boss only let him. So,
Right. I love that. So he became his own boss. I'm my own boss. I love that. I love that I'm work for myself and, you know, of course, Nachum. and we love what we do. Okay. So Josh is preparing a platter for us. For those of you watching, you can watch us on our YouTube channel. You can watch Josh talk and prep because he's that
really?
talented.
There won't be much prep involved.
Okay, that's fine. But
Let
you're
me know if
setting
I
up.
tried to
help.
keep it simple.
Okay, so I hope you have those
we
bao
are
buns.
right.
Please tell me about the bao buns.
I brought the bao buns.
Yes, baby.
Can you say that 5 times fast?
Bought the bao buns. Bought the bao buns. No, we're going to stop now
We're gonna stop.
because it might get boring. Nothing's boring here on Table for Two. So I actually met Josh a little while ago. I've been to a restaurant a few times, but as you all know, the Nachum Siegel Network had a dinner, a 10-10 dinner. It was called the 10-10 dinner last May. So it's almost a year ago since that
No way.
crazy dinner. It was last May.
Oh wow.
It was an amazing. He made a 10-course tasting dinner, blew everyone's minds away. The food was amazing. The wines were incredible. We had some vintners there also. Mm-hmm. So you know, back in the day, you can find the show on our Nachum Siegel Network archives and hear all about it. But Josh, I asked him to join us today. When I saw him at the restaurant, I said, "You haven't been on the show yet. How can you not come here?" So he agreed to come, and I said, you know, when you come to Table for Two, you have to bring food.
And what did I say?
Oh, my gosh. Of course I'll bring food for
No,
you,
I said you have a
Naomi.
good racket going here.
Yeah. That he did,
You're
yeah.
trading publicity for free lunch.
Yeah,
I love it.
free lunch. Yeah, no. We can, you can send us a bill. Nachum will be so happy
No,
to pay it.
it's always my pleasure.
Not
Always my pleasure to cook for you.
Thank you. We love eating. Can I just say that sous vide steak that we had the other night? There was one left when we walked in, and we
yeah.
ran to actually tell the waitress because she'd walked away after she told us the special. While we're deciding, we're like, run and get her. We want to tell her. We want that. It was a sous vide rib steak. Did I get it right?
Yeah, it was USDA Prime.
Video that. USDA prime rib steak, and yeah, can you tell us more?
So basically, we had an extra rib, and we had enough in our aging rotation that. Sorry, I'm just setting up these bao buns that I brought.
Yeah.
Brought bao buns. So we had an extra rib. In our aging program, we were already fully scheduled. So I don't like to freeze meat that we're then going to cook with a dry technique.
Okay.
However, if we're going to sous vide it, it's less of a detriment to texture. So I popped it in the freezer, and then after Yontif, we pulled it out of the freezer, and I just, bagged it up. Same standard salt, pepper, fresh thyme, olive oil. We cooked it for about 14 hours.
In a sous vide.
Which is a little longer than I would normally do a rib steak, but I just figured since it was a whole rib, I wanted just a little extra time. And we pulled it out, and it looked to be
in the deep fryer.
Well, right. So then I'm
Needs
like,
color.
how are we going to pick this up? Like,
You want to sit? You
we
can
gotta. Well, I'm still fotzing over here with the stuff. Just so you know, before I tear up these beauties, I have wild foraged ramps and elm oysters, and this is some kind of
Ramps! He said ramps!
This is some kind of shelf polypore here. It smells a little bit almost like cucumber. But Aaron Eliezer, who's now my resident horticulturalist, gardener, and forager, he brought these for me. I think they were picked somewhere. Well, actually, foragers never share their region, but somewhere in downstate, upstate New York.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, can we just talk about ramps? I guess ramps are in season
We
now.
could talk about
I've never
ramps.
had ramps before.
By the way, this is it.
Where did I have ramps?
If you don't have a really good ramp spot and you're kind of an amateur forager, like this week,
What's
maybe
a forager?
next week,
Please explain to my
a forager
listeners, our
is
listeners,
a
and me.
forager is somebody that looks for edible plants, vegetables, mushrooms, things like that in the wild. There are urban foragers, although it's pretty risky. It's kind of why you don't eat yellow snow. So in urban environments, in urban environments, I tend to pick things that grow up high, like these elm oysters tend to grow up high on elm trees.
Okay.
Things like ramps, I might not pick in Central Park. Saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll hold it still. Sorry.
Yeah, so
My bad.
Melon Itta, I'm telling you what's going on in the studio today. Melon Itta are taking a lot of photographs, okay, of everyone. Oh, that is hilarious. Of Josh setting up. That was very funny. Of Josh setting up the food that we're going to be
I'm actually
partaking.
I'm gonna pull the bulbs off these.
Okay,
just
that's how
'cause
we prepare a ramp. Can we try to just... Can I have one before you cut it up?
Sorry.
Wait, give me a one. I want to hold one up to the camera.
Why are you pulling the yes?
Because I don't have a cutting board, and I don't want to make the dish too oniony.
Oh,
you know?
fine.
Okay,
Save
a
them for
ramp
later.
is a
Hey,
ramp.
save them for later. That's
Wait, is a ramp a cousin of an onion?
No, the ramp is actually a wild leek. Which
wild
means that,
leek.
in a sense, it's in the allium family, but there are differences between leeks and onions. Important differences between leeks and onions. So I would like to say that these are wild leeks.
Which means they're grown in the wild,
Which
not
means-
on a farm, not on a...
That's correct. That's correct. They grow. First, they start coming up near vernal pools, which are the collections of natural runoff when the groundwater melts, when the frost melts below ground, and the water starts to collect in lower depressions. They call them vernal pools. Vernal meaning springtime, and you'll get a lot of these. You'll get skunk cabbage just before the body snatcher like pods on the top open up, and the leaves are small and delicate, or rather just after, and the leaves are small and delicate. They're delicious. About a week later, they smell and taste like skunk.
Wow, this is a botany class.
Yeah.
Table for two botany class. Yeah, okay.
I was very fortunate in culinary school to have a good friend who grew up on a pig farm in western Massachusetts, and they basically homesteaded and foraged, and
So he taught you how to do it kosher style.
he taught me to lead a DIY lifestyle, pretty much.
Which means do it yourself.
We have a question in the front.
Other,
Is that okay?
yeah. Are the mushrooms also foraged?
Correct.
Eat them at your own risk.
Okay. Which we'll do because, Josh...
What else is...
No,
what
well,
else-
Okay,
I
we
mean-
have 20 minutes to
Right,
finish
okay,
this out.
fine.
So I want everyone to focus here a little bit. This is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network.
I
Our
was
show is
origi-
sponsored by Marzipan Bakery. One taste is all it takes. We are also heard on our Rutz Sheva English Radio. We have Josh Masson in the house preparing us a fabulous meal. He's the executive chef at Nobo of Itawerdiger Roth, and Melinda Strauss is joining us.
What's up?
today.
What is that? Is that
Duck
lamb fat?
fat.
Duck fat?
Is that duck fat?
No, I pulled out the stops for you folks. That's duck fat.
That's duck fat. Okay, we are not offended by duck fat or any
Quack,
fat.
quack.
And I'd have to support what Ita says, make it right or don't make it at all. One of the reasons why at Nobo we resisted using dairy substitutes for so long, even cashew milk, is because if it didn't enhance the dish, it's for sure wasn't going to be the star of the show. We weren't going to do a grilled cheese sandwich or a quesadilla with it. But, if it really didn't taste and feel like cheese, we weren't going to do it. So, many, many Saturday nights without dates later of experimenting in the kitchen, I came up with a formula that worked for me with only a little bit of exotic food chemicals in there. And I'm just, there's some duck fat in the pan there. And I'm
Hold on.
just
Say that
tearing them
again.
off.
We're all Instagramming while the show is on. We're letting Josh talk. We're duck fat and mushrooms being sauteed in the Nachum Siegel Network studio. This is a first here. This is a first here on the network. This is so fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I am going to hack off just the stems here.
Hey, can you talk into the mic? Because,
I'm going to hack off
Everyone-
just the stems here. Next time I think you need to get me a lavalier or something.
I think we need to go to Nobo with ZK and cook over there in the kitchen over there
All right.
at Nobo. So we're sauteing ramps and mushrooms.
That's
We're
right.
having a cooking demo right here.
I
on
thought I
Table
would make
for
it
Two.
interesting, but what I did not account for was sitting in traffic for like an hour.
I know, you did amazing. We will wait any time for your food. Okay, he's adding in some
This is porcini powder. I prefer to use this than truffle oil because truffle oil is
yucky. Yeah, it's yuck.
nice. It's fake.
Yeah, it's olive oil with some essence of truffle or something. It's not good, and it's $20 a bottle.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry to the company that made that. I
this
try
is-
not to bash food, but it's
this
not
is-
This is
kinds of
smoked
truffle oil.
smoked sea salt over here.
smoked sea salt.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the beeping? We have a
The
we have a
beeping is the
baker.
timer on the steamer going off.
Is so that's what it was. You put
Yeah.
the bao buns, which are steamed buns,
Right.
in the steamer. The steam buns in the steamer to make us fresh food right here on the Nachum Siegel Network. Josh, again, is the executive chef at Nobo. So if you can't come into the studio and eat with us right now, make sure you make a reservation at Nobo in Teaneck. Teaneck has the best restaurants.
Kind of.
Yeah, you are, of course, the leading kosher restaurant. There's
stop it.
nothing else to say.
Stop it.
But we've got.
She says that to
Okay,
everyone.
keep going.
No, I don't. Oh, I said it to you. It's true. Two of my favorite places. Your best milchiks are these best fleischiks.
Well, Ita's been dying to volunteer, so why don't you put together this spring legume salad here?
Okay, ZK is so happy. I cannot begin to tell you the.
We've got
happiness
most of
on
the
his
hardware
face.
over here.
Glove or anything?
No, we're all friends here.
I'm going to let Josh run the show.
If you'd like, you can use a portion bag turned inside out the other way.
I'm clean, all right?
I'm actually, I'm sitting back and enjoying the show. I'm not going to actually talk. Why don't you run the show?
You're going to toss it with the dressing well, you can do it in here.
This all gets
But don't forget, this is a radio show, so we need to have our microphones on.
all right, otherwise it sounds
Okay,
like
toss it.
Right,
This all
because,
gets combined.
Yeah, you'll have to excuse me. My only experience, as a consumer of talk radio is, aside from like political talk radio, it's like the Howard Stern show and Opie and Anthony. So
Yeah, I don't even
Then
know
maybe
what.
you shouldn't,
I don't even know what that is. Of course, JM and AM.
So there's
Of course.
guys talking off mic all the time. So
And maybe we shouldn't talk about those shows so much.
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Is there a dressing for this?
There's stuff in here. There's a box over here that has
Yeah,
all this
yeah,
fun
yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
Chef.
Josh
Gotta
Masson
keep you under control, Josh.
in the house, in the studio, cooking up a storm for us. I don't know what else to tell you, folks.
There you go.
Oh my God. Okay, he's making us salad.
Smells like duck in here. It makes me so happy. What is your dog, Naomi? What does Leora always say with duck?
She doesn't like that.
She does not like duck. She can smell Naomi, and I love to cook duck.
Okay, Mel and I cook a lot of duck throughout the year for customers, and my 9-year-old can smell it as she steps off the school bus.
Most of it.
She will say, "Oh no, she doesn't like duck, but we love duck." Okay, so we're having a little cooking session here. I'm trying to describe what is going on in the studio. I have Ita Werdiger Roth and Josh Masson cooking up. Mel and I, kitchen tested, are sitting here watching. ZK's laughing his head off as a cooking demo. We've turned the studio into Food Network over here. wasn't sure that this was going to happen. Like, I didn't realize it was, but we're really excited that Nobo was moved downtown.
Josh Masson, executive chef of Nobo. Ita Werdiger-Roth, executive chef of Nowhere.
Right now, executive chef of your household. Hello. Yep. Macaroni, mac and cheese. You know what?
But you make it right, and you make it tasty.
Okay, my daughter's dream is to eat mac and cheese every single day. You know what she loves the best? Tradition noodle soup.
She does love those. What do you call them again?
Call them emergency soup.
Emergency soup.
Because you're only allowed to eat it in an absolute emergency.
But every day is an emergency.
But quite often I meet at the studio on a Wednesday to do shows or interviews or work with people. And I get home late from the Lower East Side, and she gets home before me, and she's there with the babysitter. And because I'm not home to make her food, she's allowed to have an emergency soup on Wednesdays.
I love it.
She's not allowed more than 2 a week. It's a little crazy.
I think she had one yesterday. We were on the
Yeah, I don't know if
calling Leora out. Leora, are you listening?
No, she's in school right now. It's Friday morning. So. Friday morning. You never know with her. She likes to stay home with Mummy and cook, actually. She loves to bake. Let's give a shout out to Susie Fishbine's book, Kids in the Kitchen. She has made like everything from there. Okay, so Josh, can you tell us what you've made over there for us?
Just a very simple preparation here. Saute the mushrooms, get a little color on them. They'll deflate quite a bit, so don't overdo it. Salt, pepper, just a garlic clove in the pan. We're not actually going to eat the garlic.
Oh, okay. We're taking that out.
Yeah. I mean, it could be delicious for people who love to eat a mouthful of garlic. And then we have the ramps, the stems whole, the leaves sort of chopped up. And then we have smoked salt. I'm going to put a little juniper oil on it. And then, along the lines of that conversation, because spruce shoots are like a little stubborn this year in terms of coming out. So the juniper has sort of that evergreen flavor. So I had some juniper.
Tell us what a juniper is, because a lot of my listeners are not familiar with the juniper.
Yeah,
it's
juniper
berry.
is a perennial bush. Some of them are edible, some of them are toxic. But the little berries, the little berries can be dried, and it's actually the principal flavor component in gin. It has a cooling effect similar to coriander, just on the palate. But it also has a wonderful piney flavor, because if you see the shrub, it's evergreen. So that said, we put some of that in there. And then along the lines of our dairy conversation, these are toasted pine nuts that are covered in our secret recipe cheese powder. So it's almost like a little Parmesan cheese.
It's not real cheese, it's pretend cheese.
Powder.
Right.
Because he's kosher restaurant.
Secret, but kosher. Let's just say the VOD knows what's in there.
Okay, that's all that we need to know. The rabbis have the VOD of Bergen County, I believe.
Yes, the Rabbinical Council of Bergen County.
Excellent, Hersha. So well respected in the industry. Okay, they look amazing. Can we try one of those plain?
Pass that around, but Melinda goes first.
Okay. Oh, of course she does.
Of course she goes first. And we'll be fleischig.
And we're going to be
At
flashing.
lunchtime.
But can I just say, I never
It's
mind.
very Israeli to be fleischiks at lunch.
Yeah, I just gave a cooking class to girls going off to seminary, and I warned them all they'll be flashik in the middle of the day.
Rustic.
So look at this, Isha. This is stunning. Can we show everyone, ZK? Can we get a? Oh, he bought us real cutlery.
Whoa, it really smells
Nothing is too good for us here at the Nachum.
So
Siegel
one of the
Network.
important things I did was I added a little lemon juice, because as important as salt is as a vehicle for flavor, acids can really amplify flavors without A, adding more salt, and B, it just brightens everything. And these are Meyer lemons, which I shamelessly use all year round, even though when they're out of season, because they're just great.
Oh my God, that's so good.
All right, so we got this mixed up now.
What? I'm going to try one of those pine nuts. Okay, we got to give some to ZK. You're going to try one of those, ZK. We share here. We got to feed ZK. Remember, girls.
Oh, and no one was notching on the charcuterie.
We were waiting for your permission.
Oh yeah, we.
Oh, no. And I brought some wine.
Oh, let's crack that open.
Yeah,
We've
I
got
didn't-
some wine glasses out
do?
there.
Okay,
Now, do
fantastic.
you want to grab them? They're actually on the filing cabinet. Just only take the clean ones.
This one is imported by my friend Mendel at Red Garden. I don't know if I'm allowed to plug people, but
Is it a royal wine? We're going to pour.
actually, no. I have lots of amazing royal wines.
Yes, do you Sell them in the restaurant?
Most of my wine list is from Royal.
Most of the wines in America are from Royal Wines.
That's true.
I just had a killer meal by Gabe Garcia.
Oh, wow.
I went out to Oxnard
Yeah.
right before Pesach. What a meal. If they're very dirty, Mel, they are from Kitchen Click. Are those
I'm
clean?
not drinking. I don't drink while I work. I do drink and drive, but not while I work.
Okay, there you go. He didn't
It's
really
too
say
That's a joke.
Somebody might
He's
get hurt.
joking. He's joking.
So, yes, we do not
Mel,
endorse
He doesn't
dangerous
drive
illegal
indoors at
activities.
no boat.
And seeing we have a few hours to walk around in the city afterwards, we're going to go through a walk of Chinatown with someone.
Fantastic.
So you'll join us.
Okay,
This is a giant red wine
Aboriginal
glass. Actually, it's from Kitchen Click.
That's perfect for me. It's perfect for a real good Jewish nose. This one here.
Jake
Okay.
Jake Bookspound always says that.
Yeah, I need. Look, people that have those
Can we give ZK
Yiddish noses know about that stuff.
Can we give
Yeah,
ZK
yeah,
some?
Eat. It's here for eating. 'Cause
That is
they're not gonna have to
so.
figure out how
I've
to
never
get it
had
home if you don't
mushrooms
eat
that are
it.
so meaty in my life. They're duck fat, and the mushroom sauté.
Okay, what's this
combo?
Is this ready to be eaten?
Almost. I'll talk
Almost.
about the charcuterie while you're eating that.
Don't
Okay,
eat it
we've
if
got
you're,
10
like,
minutes left on the
descended
clock,
from
I'm working
please.
it.
aliens,
I'm
right?
ready. I'm ready to go.
10 minutes on the clock.
Okay.
Let's.
I gotcha. I hear what you're saying.
I love all this. What's all this?
We can eat afterwards. You just have to talk now. They just
Okay, he's still cooking. You know what? We'll just go overtime. We have Josh in the house.
Cut out. Just edit the parts at the beginning that I was when I was yapping on about.
You're a rock star.
Just cut them out.
Okay.
Get on the microphone, Josh. We can eat later.
That's fair. I'm going to keep serving it up. All right. So the charcuterie a program. Careful, those are extremely delicate. A program we started. I don't know, maybe a little over 2 years ago, and it takes a lot of patience more than anything else. But there could also be horrible disappointment because what will happen is. You will make something that takes 2 months to mature, 3 months to mature, sometimes longer, depending on what it is. And then in the last week, it can just go bad. So that's part of why it's so costly for the consumers, because in a lot of ways it's costly for us.
What are some reasons that it could go bad? The
Good
environment.
question. Good question.
So there are a number of different reasons. You could have it could be simply because of bad sterile technique. You could accidentally inoculate it with a bacteria or a fungus that's not helpful, and that's
Microphone.
that's why there's a famous chef, David Chang, who says you've heard of when food goes bad, but sometimes food goes good, and this is food going good. Some of it. The duck prosciutto, for example.
Can I eat some?
Yeah.
ZK, did we get a picture of all the charcuterie board over here? We have that? Can you tell us what we should be doing now? Charcuterie means dried meats, cured meats, aged meats, right?
Yeah. So we have the duck prosciutto, which takes about 2 months to mature.
What's this one?
There is only. I'll get to. That's the beef jerky.
Prosciutto.
Prosciutto di Parma.
Italian?
Yeah.
I thought it was prosciutto.
Uh,
No, but you probably
It
say
could be
right.
prosciutto.
I just say stuff wrong. And I don't
I'm not a stickler for pronunciations of languages that I don't speak fluently. So
are we.
I would make fun of your Spanish, but not your Italian.
Oh, okay. So you could be saying it wrong. Is my point.
Yes, I could be.
Like we say tomato wrong.
Right, just like that. That's a fig mostarda. And where was I? Yeah, so you have the beef jerky, which is actually just sort of an overnight. Thank you, Ita.
Everyone's working here on the studio.
I'm not. I'm eating.
Mel's just stuffing her face.
That's a warm brew, really.
It's her birthday. Can everyone at home just please sing happy birthday right now?
I'm
We'll
hoping I
feel
grabbed
it.
the right meat. That's all I'm hoping.
Breaded something.
Okay, now what's this one? Over here looks like
Okay,
salami.
so we have a big right. It's a duck pate. It's a country style pate. It's duck legs, boneless. Yeah, you can. Duck legs with the. You have to remove the tendons, and then we season them and freeze them partially and grind them. There's some blanched pistachios in there, and a lot of duck fat.
And that's in this.
Yeah, and we actually cook it sous vide. It really does give the best texture. There's a panade in there, which is a little bit of sourdough bread just mixed with some duck broth.
Amazing.
and it should have a lovely,
Can you cut us a piece, Mel?
soft texture.
Soft. Where were you born?
This
Are you from Jersey?
I was born in Fort Lee, my family, Fort Lee, New Jersey, but my whole family's from the Bronx. You should hear us when we all get together. It's pretty something else.
Oh my God, this is so sour.
While Naomi has
These are all.
still on. Oh, you're videoing that.
Yeah.
I want to hear. Can we hear more about like your like the restaurant and what it's like to. Like you've been there. You've had it for a few years. You've only recently become the sole owner, right?
Well, I'm not the
Sole
sole
owner, but you've recently.
I have a partner who lives in Jerusalem.
Yes, who owns Crave.
Right, which you've already done a really nice profile on.
I did a great show with Danielle Renov, with Todd Aarons at midnight at the Shook with some Aussies were sitting there. It was so funny, but they were like South African Aussies, so I didn't know them. This is amazing. So do you love owning your own place?
I do. I like, nobody decides how much money I make. It's not all about exercising your ego. A lot of being an owner is about swallowing your pride.
Yeah.
When it comes to employees and whatnot, you really have to. Well, that fell on the floor. Nothing. I don't think anything was.
Don't
in there.
make a mess.
So you really do have to swallow your pride quite a bit because.
What are the pros and cons?
You can't just fire everybody, be it customers or employees that give you a hard time. Sometimes you have to make, the best of it. Make bricks without straw, as we Jews are.
What would you say is like the biggest pro or con between being a chef and? Is it okay that I'm asking?
I think it's great because you've actually been on his side.
I've done it and kind of failed, basically. So I'm very curious.
You had a family, like.
Did not fail.
You didn't fail. You're right.
It's a version of failure.
Why?
It was a successful restaurant in a way, but it wasn't successful
for your family life.
because
that's all.
it took over my personal life, and that didn't work for me in my position. If I was
Right.
a single gal on the town, that would have been fine.
Right. All in its right time. So ask the question again.
Yeah. So
So-
as a
Yes.
as a chef working for the owners, how does it differ? Like, what's the one biggest, would you say,
So
pro or con between owning and
Having business partners can be a lot like having other bosses. I think I'm very fortunate that in this point in our relationship, my partner, he doesn't just trust me. He's excited when I try things, when I take risks, when I blow a bunch of money on a new piece of equipment or ingredients. Even if it goes nowhere, he understands that perfection is a process. It's not a place, and there's not always a direct connection between a dollar spent and a dollar earned, or sometimes it's about brand image. It's about improving the quality of work for my people and my quality of life, because my life is my work.
Yeah, I hear that.
And so in that sense, I'm very fortunate. I get to make my own hours, so sometimes
You can take off in the middle of the day and come to
Sometimes
be
I have
on my
to-
show, know.
But
Good-
sometimes
good
I
for
need
you.
to go running back, from wherever I am because there's an emergency. Also,
Right.
there's nobody coming to bail me out. So
Right. I have
you do-
Mel that's bailed me out a lot because she's the best.
you definitely it definitely
is.
brings you closer to God running a restaurant, because every day there's so many things that can go wrong, and
could I say something?
and when they don't, it's really by no fault of your own. It's definitely the Rabboni Shalom bailing you out. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I-
Okay,
I-
it's just time to say
No,
something.
I
and
just
then we're
wanted
gonna
to
go
add on to that
Ita?
it is
Really?
absolutely,
yeah.
it is absolutely brings you closer to God because of Shabbos.
Oh yeah.
Shabbos has a different
becomes-
meaning if you have a restaurant and you're kosher and you're Shomer Shabbos.
Shabbos is a big deal.
It's
yeah.
the only real rest you could have, and it is
I say
amazing.
that-
Even though it makes Saturday night, if you're open Saturday nights and Sunday morning for brunch, a nightmare because you can't prep and it's the busiest night of the week. But
Right, I refuse to open
The rest.
Saturday nights.
yeah,
Yeah, no, good,
Yeah,
it's
that's
good.
clever. So you
You
can
have
do
to
it.
you have to book a party minimum 8 G's, or I'm not doing it. So
Yeah, I hear
Go
that.
book a party, guys.
But can I just say it's really amazing when I was, doing the book tour and the books and the edits and everything, and I had chop competitions and Pesach catering. Thank God for Shabbos, or I would not have survived. So really, like a little bit of inspiration on this very crazy busy show. All right, Josh, please tell me what I'm eating here. What are these?
We didn't even get done with the charcuterie board. I just want to make the point that we try to make wherever possible everything in house. So we were even making our own ketchup and mayonnaise, but people said, "What's wrong with this mayonnaise?" Or this ketchup tastes funny. Is this Pesach ketchup? All right. So
what am I eating?
So all right, you're eating. This is the spring. We have one salad that really changes profoundly in a seasonal way. So this is a variety of legumes. We have fresh green chickpeas. We have garden peas, petit pois. If you want to be, did I say that right? Yeah. We have to French call. If French listeners want to call
strawberry? Is this a white strawberry?
So that's a green strawberry, and
does that mean an unripened strawberry?
Well, it's not just unripe; it's perfectly unripe. Meaning you could have something perfectly ripe, but you could have something perfectly unripe. In this case, the crunchy texture, the acidity of it, is just as beneficial as a strawberry would be in a sweet application or in a balanced savory application where it ends. Yeah. It adds aroma and adds sweetness. In this case, we're getting texture and acid with a completely different aromatic component. Really,
it's amazing. And
Can
what
I come
is
over
this?
And eat this?
Yeah.
Over.
So those are beet meringues.
That's not normal.
And they're made, fresh beet juice, egg white powder, gelatin, and about 3 hours on acetate in a dehydrator. And
Now you have to learn how to
acetate. Acetate is a clear plastic sheet.
Okay, I was going to know, what does that mean? We are like very busy eating this salad here.
And the dressing is a rip off of a Japanese chef who operates many restaurants. This is a mustard miso dressing. It's English mustard and organic white miso, rice wine vinegar, salt.
This is not
actually
normal,
white sugar, which you would say, why don't you use a sweetener that has some character? But we found when we added honey, it tasted too Asian. When we added agave, it overpowered the miso. White sugar was just the best sweetener.
Sometimes sugar just does it.
Yeah,
and it's white, so it doesn't brown the visual aspect.
Correct.
Okay, that's amazing. All right, we've got a couple of minutes left. We're actually going to go.
Don't you want to ask me any personal questions? It's weird.
No,
Josh.
bad idea.
That was Mel. Josh, how are you?
Hi there.
Yeah, you're having a good day today?
Yeah, I had a little exercise in refining my middos driving down here, but on the FDR.
Okay, on the FDR drive. Well, welcome to Manhattan. We love having you.
I'm happy to be here.
Tell us, so you grew up in, tell us a little bit about yourself, Josh. We got straight into cooking. Tell us a little bit. We're going over a little bit over. This is going to be a mini supersize show. We're going to add 5 minutes onto the show today because we've had an incredible show, but that only gives us about 3 minutes left.
You could just edit out some of Ita's.
Oh, Ita was wonderful.
Yeah. No, but I talk a lot. So
she does talk a lot. Yeah, those Melbourne girls. What can I say?
It's one of my best-known charms.
It is.
And,
she's charming.
And it's my enemy.
Can we just talk about where's Bao Bums from? B-A-O. It's spelled B-A-O. I always say Bao till Mel yelled at me.
Bao is a Chinese
it's not Vietnamese?
Style of bread.
Oh, no?
No, and the Chinese have another name for it, too.
Okay.
But the bread itself has a name, but the sandwiches are referred to as bao, because there's a few kinds of sticky buns.
Okay.
It's a yeast-raised dough.
Yeah.
It's typically enriched with milk. We use, in this particular case, to enrich it, we use a coconut milk, very neutral flavored coconut milk. We always try to get very neutral flavored things. And in many respects, it's just like a bread. We made amazing burger buns with it, actually, once. Baked in a traditional fashion, not in a steamer.
Very trendy right now to do that.
Well, yeah, I had in Israel at Station 9, if you've ever been there, in the Tachana Rishonah, one of my favorite places in Jeru. So we had Jerusalem. We had a hamburger with bao buns. It was amazing.
Right.
Okay.
So I grew up in Fort Lee, New Jersey, right over the bridge here. I
was called Fort Lee on the way to Jersey, on the way to Teaneck. Right. Like Englewood is on the way to Teaneck.
That town on the way to Teaneck.
That town.
Yeah. So did not grow up religious. I started keeping Shabbos when I was about 19 years old.
That's wonderful. Did you go to yeshiva?
Well, Or Sameach wouldn't take me. They didn't like my big knit kippah.
Oh, yeah. So where did you end up?
A little bit here, a little bit there. Wonderful. I learned in Morristown at night until I almost got killed in a snowstorm, and then I just didn't go back after that.
Okay, yeah. And the snow would kill me too, yeah.
Right.
Not want me to go anywhere.
So, and then shirim and just my own
It's so
study.
wonderful.
This is not traditional. This is a tonkotsu sauce.
Is it going to be spicy?
We've been using this in various ways over the last 3 years. It's basically our taco sauce.
Okay.
Even though with Japanese food, it's typically served with schnitzel kind of preparations, fried chicken, fried pork cutlets. which
Umami.
we never ever do. Well, the umami there is from a mushroom soy sauce that we make ourselves because the one from Pearl River Foods got their hashgacha pulled.
Oh no!
We don't make the soy sauce from scratch. We use a Korean gold soy sauce, which tastes different than regular soy sauce, and then we steep a whole lot of dried shiitakes in there. And
So umami means deep flavor, deep, rich, earthy flavor, right, guys? With that one, how would you quickly describe?
yeah, very often from the hydrolyzed proteins, which otherwise is known as MSG.
Yeah, MSG, but this is all natural because we
is
do
all
not use MSG in our cooking ever.
Right, but
Gives me a bad headache. We've got 1 minute left on Table for Two.
Oh, no.
With our you know what? Everyone's going to turn off they're going to keep listening because they've got music sponsored by our friends at Kedem right up until Lich Benching. And we have Mark Zombik at the live lunch from 11 to 1, I believe. So my phone goes all day. I just have everyone going all day. I love it. I love taking my NSN app with me on my iPhone. And I can listen to everyone's shows and keep up with my colleagues. Even though I don't get to talk to them or see them so often, I listen to their shows. So it's really good. We all listen to each other, which is really nice. Josh is finishing up his bell buns. I'd like to thank Melinda for schlepping along with me today. She's going to actually be on next week for a proper interview. Ita Werdigeroth, man. You are hilarious, you Melbourne girl.
Don't you know it?
Yeah, you know it. We love your food. We look forward to seeing your dreams come true.
Great things are going to happen.
We cannot
They
wait
better.
to see it. Josh Masson, thank you so much for coming. We're going to sign off in a minute, but we're going to stay and schmooze and talk and enjoy each other's company with ZK right here on the Nachum Siegel Network.
Thank you, ZK.
All right. We finished the bao bun?
The bao bun's finished. We got
Okay.
our
Can we
green
get that? Can we get a picture of that, ZK? And then we're
green
going to wave
papaya
goodbye.
and gobo root slaw and fresh cilantro.
That's, I know.
Burdock.
Don't say it. I
Oh.
was going to say that.
Sorry.
Okay,
We
guys.
knew you knew it. We knew you
This
knew
is our
it.
longest show ever. Thank you guys for sticking around. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Listen to music right up to Lech Benching. Thank you, Marzipan Baker, for sponsoring. Good Shabbos. Great
Good job,
show next
Naomi.
week.
Go, Naomi. Woo!
Woo!
You do your thing.